Hey, what's up everybody? This is the 3-month update for my 2021 hybrid CRV. Figured I'd shoot this one at night since the other one was during the day, just to kind of give it a different feel. I know you can't see much now, but anyway. Cool thing about this car is with the hybrid you get full LED lighting all around. Tail lights, brake lights, blinkers, headlights, fog lights, everything except for reverse lights. But like that, you get the signals on your mirror. The fog lights are in a cool strip. I know it's kind of hard to see the details of the car, but everything just looks really good. I feel like it's safe at night because of the brightness of the brake lights and look how bright those turn signals are. It's just wild. Plus you get the LED lighting for the license plate. So you got the key. I really like the fact that you can open, you don't have to have the key to do anything. Interior is plenty spacious. And I've put a little over 4,000 miles on this car. Got the windows tinted to match the backs. Another thing I really like with it back here, there's an extra little button. If I can find it. You can't see it. There's a small button right here. You can lock the car. It's like when you're done opening the trunk, you don't have to go back and lock it, or you don't have to take out your key. And I got this little cover for my key. And I really like the remote start too. I'll show you what that's like. I use this every day. Alright, I had to lock it first. And then the doors are locked. Put your hand there. Unlocks. My last car didn't have all this smart functionality, so it's nice to have. Of course, it doesn't actually start the car. Like completely. It just kind of runs the engine. Sometimes the engine doesn't run. It's just on electric. Just kind of depends on your battery level. Mine's a little low. So I've had it for 4,000 miles and went on a 2,000 mile road trip from the southern United States all the way up to the Great Lakes around New York. And it was really good. You had the radar cruise control. It basically drove itself the whole time. It steered itself, braked for me. It was great. It's nice and spacious. I'm averaging, in the high 30s, 37 to 40 mile per gallon. I haven't had a single issue. The only problem I'm having is when you tap the brake, hear Hear that noise? That's coming from under the hood up here. It's whenever I hit the brake. It's kind of solenoid clicking. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but the dealer, I know it's not normal. The dealer says it's normal, and they don't have any in stock for me to test it against. So I'm just gonna have to wait till they get one in stock so I can prove that it's not normal and get them to fix it. But that's really my only complaint. Other than that, the car drives great. Brakes perfectly, everything works perfectly, it's just that noise. Anyway, has lots of good features. You know, like I showed you on the outside, it has I use these a lot. I can push one and it automatically sets me to my wife's height. We've got it set up just memory seating. For this price range, that's just great. This is the base model hybrid EX. So, and I paid just, right around $27,000. Of course, they're not that cheap now. You'd have to pay MSRP now. The market's crazy. One thing I do use a lot is this little mirror here. Let me turn this light on back here. This is, let me do it from up front. I've never really used this backlight. Let's see what it looks like. But yeah, this little mirror here has been nice. You can kind of see my son's car seat there. It's just nice and spacious. Compared to the RAV4, the rear seat legroom is just, there's no contest between the two. My son's car seat didn't even fit revert, because when we were looking, my son was still rear facing, so it didn't even fit rear facing. So that's one of the big reasons we didn't choose it, which was a shame, because I really like the RAV4 Prime and the plug-in, you know what I mean? But hopefully the CRV will come out with one of those soon. And so I've got 4,000 miles. Let's go ahead and start it up. And the oil life is at 70%. So that's great. I probably won't have to change the oil until I'm at 10,000 or more. I'm not really worried about that. It's got a great motor in it. It's not direct injection. There's no oil dilution. Doesn't smell like gas. Nothing like that. So I'm not really too worried about any of that. I haven't had any issues with the sunroof. Always works, never leaks. No issues at all, just except for that noise there. You can hear it's pretty loud. You can hear it over the motor, but yeah, I really like it. Of course, with the key here, you can remote start it. Panic. You can open up the trunk, all that. This doesn't have the power trunk, but you can unlock the trunk is what I mean. Other thing I really like about this, I'll show you. I did the wrong one. I did the hood. Is this here? You may not be able to see it, but it doesn't have a gas cap. It's capless. That's actually been handy. When you go to the gas station, you don't got to worry about taking a cap off, and so it's been pretty nice. So yeah, just going a quick drive here. Turn off the brake. And so another one of my gripes is this is a pretty low quality screen. It's not great. The backup camera is pretty low quality. And what are you gonna do? It is what it is. They just haven't updated it. The headlights are really good. And don't worry guys, I'm not distracted by my phone right now or anything. I'm not even looking at it. But yeah, the infotainment is pretty, it's kind of slow, but it does everything you need it to do. You know, it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I don't have my seatbelt on either, but it's all right. I'm going 20 miles an hour. I'll be all right. But yeah, it does everything you need it to do. It's just kind of clunky. It's slow, outdated. You know, it's 5-6-year-old tech, so don't let that dissuade you though, because it does everything you need it to do. I'll put my seatbelt on here so it doesn't keep beeping. But yeah, for example, here you just click home. See what I mean? It's just kind of, I mean, it's not honestly not that bad. It just doesn't look great. So it's got the paddles. I find that I use those a lot. It's for regenerative braking. So there it goes. You can see it's charging by the green light. And that noise that the brake was making, that does it when I'm driving too. You might be able to hear it, you might not. But it's just pretty annoying. So hopefully I'll be able to get them to fix that. But yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. I took a whole trip with it. And 2,000 miles and didn't have a single problem at all. So let's see, let's go here. There. See, my last mileage there was 135. That was all electric going home from the store, over maybe 4 miles. Just gonna do a U-turn here. And you can force EV mode, which is what I'll do for the rest of the way home. See, now I'm at 11 miles per gallon because I had to drive up that hill. I am forcing EV mode. You just heard the engine cut off. We'll see how high we can get that number. But like I said, there's been no issues. My last car, the 2019 Santa Fe, by the time I was at a couple thousand miles, I was already having pretty significant transmission problems. And, it was jerking hard driving it, and it just wasn't quality, you know what I mean? All this stuff, the motor, the electric motor, which is basically the transmission. This doesn't have a real transmission. They're all made in Japan, so I mean, just great quality. It's not Korean made like my Santa Fe. Not to say it's not, Korean cars are bad, it's just they're not made in Korea, they're made here in the United States, and it just seems like that's just gone downhill lately. But I'm not sure what's going on with those. They seem to have really good interior quality and technology, but their motors don't seem to be very good. I'm a big fan of Toyotas. I would have got the RAV4, it just didn't fit every need. This is all-wheel drive, and still getting close to 40 miles per gallon. So, you know, the RAV4 wasn't full, you know, mechanical all-wheel drive. It just had an electric motor back there that only produced 80 horsepower. It didn't do what I needed. I wanted the full all-wheel drive because when we go up north in the winter, there's a lot of snow and stuff like that. You need all-wheel drive up there. Well, you don't need it, but it doesn't hurt. It's great to have. Yeah, we've been full electric here. So I didn't go very far, but you can hear it clicking. Put the parking brake on. And anyway, so that's it. 3-month update. I've went 4,122 miles now. I went on a 2,000-mile road trip. No problems at all. Hasn't given me a single problem. That's really all I can say about it. Let me try to think of anything else. Well, I'm thinking, you know, if you guys want to see anything specific about the CRV, just leave a comment and let me know what it is about this hybrid. If you want to just anything, I don't know what it would be, but anything specific about the interior or the engine bay or something like that, you know, I can show you whatever you want to see. Yeah, if you're thinking about getting one of these, I definitely recommend it if you can find one. Try not to pay full price, but I think it'd be worth it at full price. It's a pretty nice car. You know, the RAV4 is definitely a good competitor if you don't want the, you know, the real all-wheel drive and you don't care about the smallish backseat area. You know, I think it's probably the more reliable. I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure about that, but they're probably pretty close. But I think the Toyota will probably edge it out a little bit in terms of, you know, whole, you know, reliability. But I'm a fan of Toyotas, but you know, like I said, it just didn't fit for what we needed and want it. You know, I didn't want leather either, but I also really wanted a sunroof, all-wheel drive, and all these features. To get that in a RAV4 hybrid, it would have cost almost 40 grand with, you know, for what we wanted. And this, like I said, about 27,000. It's like 26 something. You know, I got them like 15% below MSRP, and that was right before the chip shortage happened and all that stuff. So if you're planning on buying a car now, you might want to wait. I mean, it says we only got 22 miles per gallon. That's a lie, though. It just builds up. It doesn't start high and go low like some cars. This builds up. It's weird how it does it. So if you go for a short drive, it's going to look like you got bad mileage. Yeah, this is approaching 18 minutes now. Jeez, allergies are bad. So yeah, we're in EV mode now still. What's really nice about that is you don't have to sit there with the engine running all the time because you got battery power. And you know, the AC works. You know, in the winter, when you'd want to turn the heater on, it would work. But if you cranked it, it would start running the engine to heat the cabin up. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about it, just let me know. I'll do what I can. I'm going to do a 0 to 60 video, I don't know, sometime soon. I'll show you guys that too. I have that in my old car. This is a little bit zippier than my Santa Fe. This has 212 horsepower. It's got more horsepower and it weighs less, like 600 pounds less. So yeah, the Santa Fe had like 180 something. And this has the sport button, which turns on the motor automatically. Charge up that battery because it wants a full battery because you get instant torque. So it's not about mileage. It's pretty it's pretty peppy. If you don't care about your miles per gallon, this thing feels great. The all-wheel drive plants it. It feels nice and planted on the road. Plus the batteries make it a little heavier, but it's not too heavy. So, but yeah, I like it. I'll probably keep it until they come out with a plug-in version of this or something else. I'm not really a big fan of Ford. I know they have an Escape. I don't like that. So I'm just kind of waiting between Honda and Toyota, basically. Those are the only two car companies I like anymore. So yeah, everything is great about it. Interior quality feels good. Haven't had any issues with that. Everything still feels really nice. Everything's still working good. This still locks in nice and tight. A lot of people were complaining that that moves around, but it doesn't, not for me. Everything's good. So if you're planning to buy one or you want to get one, I'd recommend it. I'm going to make a 6-month update. So in 3 months I'll do another one, and then after that I'll make a 1 year. I'll probably make a 2 year, and not sure if I'll make another one after that. I might trade it because, like I said, I'm waiting for a plug-in version, which I'm betting is coming soon. So, all right, guys, that's about all I can say about it. It's just a regular old car. It's nothing too exciting about it. So, but it's reliable, gets good gas mileage, plenty of space, and I've moved a ton of stuff in this. We bought a tree and planted a tree and moved. It's just got plenty of room. You can move the seats down. But yeah, I like it. Except for that noise. But that's all I got to complain about. That's not too bad, I guess. All right, you guys take care. If you want to see anything else, let me know. And subscribe if you want to. If you've listened this long, thanks. And good night.